Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 10th episode of the Views from the 906 podcast. My name is Dylan Hemela. I'm joined, as always, by Justin Riley, Parker Miller, and Mike J. Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Trubisky still sucks. The Packers beat the Bears yesterday, and it feels good. 49ers lost. We're getting in a spot where we can potentially get the number one seed depending on the Saints game tonight and then later weeks. What do you guys think about the NFL this weekend?
I mean, it was a
Trash.
pretty uneventful weekend.
Fucking garbage.
I agree. Well,
Muff cabbage.
the Bengals were smoking the Patriots for a while there, for about 7 minutes or so.
Yeah, 7 minutes. Yeah, it's a good thing they got that.
But that's a good thing they got that videotape though, because
Yeah,
that's
I don't know if
that's
they
the only
would,
reason they won the game.
They could have lost. Yeah, they very well could have lost that game if they didn't have that tape from the sideline.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
for sure.
they could see so much from taping the players on the sidelines. Yeah.
Bengals are
Like,
the
what
only
the
team that doesn't send things into the helmets, apparently.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like
Hand
all the
signals.
calls
Did you
made
guys see
on
the
the field.
actual video? I didn't watch the actual video. Was it just literally the sideline?
No, did you hear what
Yes.
they were saying to each other?
No, I didn't see the thing.
Okay, listen. Okay, so there's actually audio of the Bengals personnel being like, "Hey man, we can't do that," and the Patriots guy was like, "Just delete it. I didn't know I couldn't do this. We're just doing this for a fucking do your job YouTube show."
Which is
And
a
he's
great
like,
show,
yeah,
by the way. I do watch that.
It's good, yeah. Anyway, so he's like, "You gotta just delete it now. It's not a big deal." And then the Bengals guy's being a douchebag. He's like, "The damage is done, bro." He's like, "How is the damage done? Just delete it right now." And it's like it never happened. And the Bengals guy was just being a tool. Damage is done, bro. Like there's no
What?
damage. Delete the fucking.
I'll show
video.
you. I'll delete it right here.
That's what he was doing. Yeah, and the Bengals guy was just being a fucking douche about it.
I mean, it's the Bengals.
I would have laughed in his face. I'd have been like, "Oh yeah,
He
you're
kinda
right.
was.
Okay, the damage is done, but you guys one win."
Yeah. The damage is done. You're right, buddy. You have one fucking win. The
It
damage
is.
is done.
But like,
I don't
he
know. That's
wasn't-
just
He didn't
crazy.
know he's like an inexperienced, like just a fucking. He's like their guy that takes video for their YouTube channel. Like
Yeah.
he's not an actual scout or something. I don't understand why they were so upset. It's so stupid, man.
If
I hate
people out
that
there
shit.
haven't
Everybody
watched
just
that,
thinks they're out to get the Patriots.
what is it called? It's called Do Your Job.
It's called Do Your
If you-
Job.
If
Day
you
on the
haven't saw that,
Patriots
that shit
YouTube
is
channel.
fire. Like there
a
was
great
one with
show.
Belichick,
I
and he's like
haven't.
going over plays and shit, and it's
Yeah.
genius.
Is that the one? Was he doing that with Ed Reed?
I'm not sure. That might have been an NFL film type of production.
Yeah, that's
It
probably
was. It
NFL
was. It was.
Network.
It was.
But they do similar things like that, and just break things down. You get to see the ins and outs. I think there was one about the equipment staff and just shit like
Yeah,
that.
and there's one about feeding the team, like the nutritionist.
It's just pretty
Oh, I
dope.
saw
to,
that
yeah,
one.
See the ins and outs of the league.
Saw
and,
that one.
I mean, it's the best organization in football, hands down. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually a really
Yeah.
good show. It's pretty cool. Anyways,
another big
that-
story in the NFL came out today. Josh Gordon can't stay off the pot.
Oh my god, I just saw that 10 minutes ago, dude. What the fuck?
Was
is
it
wrong with
weed? I
him?
mean, I'm assuming it's weed, but I didn't see any
I've been
substance
looking,
on it.
I'm looking everywhere to see what the substance was. Like
It says
got
It said
substance
performance
abuse. No,
enhancing
listen,
though.
He got a substance abuse
Yeah.
and the PAD,
Okay.
both.
Mm-hmm.
I feel don't they all fall into the same thing?
No, there's PEDs are
Now
different
because
than,
weed
like,
isn't gonna enhance your
recreational
performance.
drugs.
Right, but I mean, like, does the NFL considers like PEDs under their substance abuse policy? I'm assuming.
No, PEDs are different than their like recreational drugs. Like recreational drugs, they try to give you help, and like you don't get suspended as badly as you would if you got like taking steroids. Steroids, you get a little bit, they come down harder because you're trying to cheat the game. Recreational drugs, they just want to help you.
I mean, think all the help that they
Yeah.
gave him over the years, because
For
it was
sure.
just
He
because
might
it
be
was
fucked
just
for good
weed.
now.
I wonder what it was though. Like now, like weed wasn't enough. Now you got to start like taking some other shit. Like I don't
Was it
understand.
always weed for him?
I believe
Mhm.
so.
Yeah. It
Well,
was.
if that's the case, then I don't really care.
It sucks, man. And he lives in fucking Washington. Like it sucks. It sucks for Russ Wilson in Seattle, honestly. Because
I'm not sure if it's been weed the whole time though. It feels like he's been
well, okay, maybe not
I
every
can't-
time, but I know weed was part of a lot of
for sure.
the
For sure.
scenarios. So I don't. It's just shitty, man. MLB came out last week. I guess major league players don't get tested for marijuana, then they haven't been.
No, they don't.
But the minor leaguers don't get tested now. So they haven't been
Dude.
testing major leaguers, but it's just a big step forward. Like it's fucking baseball,
Did you see what they also said for the major leagues? Like they're not going to test for weed anymore, which is good. Like that should have always been the case. But now they just now put opiates into the fucking
Yeah.
testing. Like you should, for all professional sports, you should always be testing for that, just because there's such a risk of the guys like trying to take those kind of things to keep themselves going. You should always be testing for that
Well, they
stuff.
flipped the script. Before weed was illegal. I don't know the exact rules on major league side because that was in effect a while ago. But so you couldn't smoke marijuana. So they start taking pills. So now they're gonna flip it
Exactly.
completely, which is cool. And a lot of it comes apart because of that Tyler Skaggs from the Angels, his death.
That's what it was.
He was
Yeah.
literally dealing with an Angels employee getting these pills. Like I don't remember exactly what he was taking, Percocet or something. I don't
Angel's
know.
doctor.
Yeah, the doctors.
Oxycontin.
Yeah, Oxycontin. They're literally exchanging, texting, trying to get these pills to each other, and he dies in his hotel room. Like, it sucks, but it's gonna change the league, and hopefully, I really wish football would do it. It's a little different,
And
but these guys
hockey.
have some crazy injuries, bro. That we could
Shit.
just help out, just with the pain at the very fucking least.
That's what
Hockey,
Calvin
do
Johnson
they
said.
even does hockey even test for anything?
I don't know what their
Obviously, I know
testing
they test for
policies
stuff,
like,
but
but
I don't
they
think I
definitely have
you
problems
when
with pills there.
bro. What was the last time you ever heard a hockey player getting suspended for substance
No.
abuse? Fucking never. They all do cocaine, drink it, and do Percocet.
Well, that's what's weird about Josh Gordon, and I've heard this about the MLB as well. Like, when these tests are coming. Like, people say if you pop for anything in MLB, you're a fucking idiot because you
Same
know
thing
exactly
in the
when.
NFL. They say you're
Yeah, so how does
stupid if you
Josh Gordon get
fail.
caught? I mean, he might be on a
'Cause
different testing program, but
He is
okay,
for sure.
because he was
Oh
on.
yeah, his
Yeah,
is
he
different.
He
is.
was on some sort of. I can't find the word right now, but yeah, his
No,
his
yeah.
policy is just
Yeah,
different because of all the shit he's been in
it
before.
is for sure.
This was
Yeah,
upgraded.
because
Yeah.
they usually only test once, and that's in the summer before training camp. Is the only time they test. Like right before training camp is when
I
you'd
believe
have so
they random test, but I don't know
it's
how good it
random.
is.
Yeah, so you might not even get it. So this is what the players would do. Like they're talking about it. I can't remember who I was watching talk about it, but yeah, they pick randomly and before camp. So basically, like I can't remember who it was, but he was just stupid about it and kept smoking. Like, oh, I won't get the random right away. If I do get the random, it'll be later. And it came up. He was like the first fucking random.
So you
That's
just
what
gotta be
happens.
an idiot to get caught. Who's the other guy that
Pretty
came out
Yeah,
and said he smoked
basically.
before every game?
Calvin, right? Was it Calvin
Oh,
Johnson?
Calvin had said something, but there was another player that came out this year in an interview.
Calvin Johnson smoked at the end
Yeah, who was
after
that?
the games.
Park. Me and you were talking about that. The
Yeah,
guy that said he would get high before every game.
yeah, I don't remember the exact
It
person.
was
Was it a
some
running back?
lineman.
Oh,
But
was
it was
it?
a line. No, never mind. I'm sorry. It's been a couple. The one I'm thinking of was a lineman said he would smoke 2 blunts before every game. This big lineman dude said he would smoke
Yeah,
two
I'm not sure
fucking
who I was
blunts.
thinking of then.
Oh, it's on that YouTube show. That dude
Yep.
who plays
Percy
pool,
Harvin. Percy Harvin.
Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin would smoke before every game. He said, "That's crazy."
And I get it, man. Like, get off the prescription if you can, and just let him do it. It's the same thing as fucking alcohol. You're not gonna get winning to play a football game. You're not gonna get super fucking stoned and go play a football game. But you can use it for recovery.
That's like
Exactly.
the safest drug you could do.
Who was
Yeah,
it?
by far.
Who was saying, another name I can't think of, but they were saying the same thing. He would smoke and take like 2 shots before every single game. 2 shots of like Henny or some shit.
That's probably a
Yeah, that became a
linebacker.
thing.
It just it's crazy. Like, I knew of people in high school that were literally like snorting painkillers before football.
Oh, dude, that's so fucking gay, Hemla. I was just about to tell you. I'm not gonna say whose name this is, but somebody we all know and like look up to when we were younger who played lawns hockey. He told me he's like I would take a one of my mom's like hydrocodones before every game, and so he didn't feel anything. He just go out there and fucking wreck people, dude. And that's weird because when I was playing juniors, I would know kids that would do the same thing too. They would pop a painkiller before the game, and then they'd be able to go out there and just
Just
fucking let
go.
it go.
And high school is a little different because it's not as rigorous. But when you're talking about like even juniors and then into college and professional schools, like pain is a big deal.
Hell
That's
yeah.
working smarter, not harder, in my opinion.
Absolutely, I agree.
That's a good
Well,
idea.
I think there's
but
just a
there's
better way
gotta
to
be
go
a better
about it.
way.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have to be snorting pills. Let's try to make it easier on these guys. It's painful.
Fucking pop a perk before you bash heads going 60 miles an hour into a human being
Just car crashes every play.
who's going the same amount of speed with the
Think
same
about it
amount of
though.
force trying to kill you.
Think about it though,
Hand-to-hand
man.
combat
If
for 60 minutes.
if you can do it, man,
Could
like
you?
if you can, or you're getting into a fight like in a hockey game or something like that, you take that before you go out there. You're not even feeling them things,
Oh
man.
yeah. It's just crazy, man. There's a lot of underlying shit that goes on, and
There's a lot of issues in sports for sure.
Again, marijuana, I'm not saying it's the fucking end all be all answer, but it could help.
For a lot of people, it is.
It could help. At the very least, it could fucking help. And that's at the very
Smoke weed every
least.
day.
So it's just crazy, man. I don't know. I think MLB's taking the right step. It'll only be a matter of time till more
Hope you're ready
states
for
did
next
it,
episode. Hey.
and the NFL goes that route as well. Hopefully. One thing I wanted
Hold
to touch
up.
on from last week
Hey.
about the Juice World shit was there was also a shooting in Angola at the Naval Air Station, and 3 sailors had died. It was a classroom environment. One of the students brought a gun in. But anyway, people were posting about that and just like basically shitting on people that were mourning the death of Juice World because 3 sailors had died. Like, I get it. They deserve their respect. They're heroes. But let's not fucking compare deaths between human beings and who should get more praise on Facebook type of thing. You're a fucking idiot if
Yeah.
you're trying to bash somebody for mourning one of their favorite artists or somebody else.
That's stupid.
It's just low, man.
Talking about him being a piece of shit, drug addict. It's like, okay, first of all, that
There's
He probably
something
watched
that
the
he's
Lizzo
getting-
music video before he popped out.
the fact that he's getting more of that is because he has made music and millions of people. He's the #1 streamed artist on Spotify 2 years in a row. People know him
Yeah.
and like his music. It doesn't mean that nobody cares about the sales, because that's
Exactly.
obviously it's fucked up and they deserve it. So put a post on and people sharing stuff. You don't got to go and put like, oh, people care about this piece of shit drug. Like,
Rapper
oh,
takes drugs
too
and
fucking
dies.
fucked.
Like,
Yeah,
bro, fuck
that's
off.
too
That's
fucking.
That's
come
not
on.
what the conversation should be. You should just mourn and shut the fuck up.
Just show your respect
Yeah.
and move on. Like, I saw so many posts being shared by just ignorant people. It's just like, oh, a shitty rapper takes just
That's
because
what
you're
that is. That's
just because you're a
ignorance.
rapper and you die young doesn't make you a legend. Like, bro, this guy is a legend to
not a
so many
legend,
people.
But
Like,
it's still sad.
millions of people listen to this guy's music. Millions. You know what I'm saying? That's a legend to a lot of people, bro. You know how many people
Yep.
make music and
I
don't
don't
like
know.
No,
Nah,
yeah, I
in the
get it.
post
Yeah,
I was
sure.
in the post I'm referring to, there was 4 pictures. It was Peep, X, Juice WRLD, and Mac Miller, and it was like, just because
Okay.
you die young doesn't mean you're a legend. That's 4 people. You know how many fucking rappers all the time and are never even heard of? Yeah, those guys weren't legends.
Tupac
These
died
guys
at
are legends.
25. Tupac died at
Yeah.
25. He look out, and I mean, as far as being a legend, I feel like that's a personal perception.
Yeah, that's
Like, if
opinion.
you
I
I don't
agree.
want. I don't want to get
So
into
you
that.
can't-
That's real opinion.
you can't say somebody's not a legend, okay, and maybe not to you,
Just to
but
you, yeah.
yeah, and like Nipsey Hussle, like I never listened to any of his music, and people rode his dick so hard, right? And as far as sales and streams, not very many people listen to his music, and that's not a dick thing to say, but in his community, he was a
Yeah, he was
legend.
more
People loved
of
him,
a-
bro.
like
People loved him.
great in community and stuff.
Yeah, he
but,
was more of
yeah.
like a outside of music. That was why people were so upset because outside of music, he
Yeah.
did so much for the black community.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
just
I'm pretty
crazy.
sure he was
Hometown.
giving. Pretty sure he was giving away clothes at his pop-up shop
That's what he was
When it
doing.
happened.
when he got shot.
So just don't be an
Anyways.
asshole. Just because it doesn't matter to you, or just because you think it's shitty music, it doesn't mean you gotta fucking shit on him. You know, like
Yeah,
show some
why
respect.
waste your time writing that post?
Just silly shit, man. I don't know.
Right.
I feel
Like,
terrible
yeah.
for even just responding to some stupid shit like that because I know it's stupid, but it's like, come on, man. It's people who posted that are just like either my friends or people, people I respect a lot. It's just like, come on, man, just be better. Just because people fucking
I
died.
don't have a whole lot of friends that would do that.
Well, a lot of it stemmed from the Navy sailors that had died in the shooting, which is
different.
terrible, man. But let's not compare
Yeah.
every death ever. Somebody died, they're mourning it. Another person died, they're mourning it. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, people are just fucking stupid.
We can move straight from that into the thing I sent you guys earlier. Army's investigating I don't know exactly what to call them, people at the academy for doing the OK sign on
I don't know
ESPN.
what they
Oh
call
my
'em.
god!
Because they're not like in the
So-
army yet. You know what I'm saying? They're in training to be officers. But they're
Okay.
investigating
Oh,
that because
yeah, I suppose.
because on 4chan some anonymous people said that that's a white supremacist sign, so now it has to be
Yeah,
recognized
yeah.
as such. Like, what?
You can't just say that.
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
okay. I know what. Thumbs up from now on. Thumbs up means you're a Nazi from now on. Let's go with that.
What's silly is I could understand if it was like if there was KKK members in pictures doing that sign. I could
they
understand like,
don't.
hey, maybe it's bad, but they don't. It was literally made up by somebody
On
online,
4chan.
paired with politicians doing the OK sign, and like, look at this, guys, look at this. You see the correlation? And now people believe it as truth.
Oh, that's
So
all it takes is
stupid.
one. It just went off. Yeah.
People do that. That's the punch
It's
in
the
the
game,
shoulder.
yeah,
game.
exactly. It's the game. Hey, look at my fucking cheerio.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
And they
used to
do.
do that
I
in high
have
school.
seen pictures I have seen pictures of neo-Nazis do, but they hold it a certain way. You know what I
Now they
mean?
do it.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think that that's what it meant.
If it was a real thing where these people were actually doing it, okay, maybe let's calm down on the okay sign. We can figure something else out, whatever. But it's not even that's not even facts. It's just fucking it was just made up bullshit. And
Now
we're
look at
doing
it.
and this is the first step. We're going down a scary path, man, where internet trolls can just start making up rules in our fucking society.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
slippery slope, man.
You gotta be careful with that. Hopefully those guys don't get in trouble, man. They just, you know what I mean. Hopefully the right thing happens with that.
Well, my big thing is context is so big. Like they're just having a good time. There's multiple people doing it. It's not like it's
People do that on camera all the time
I
in
know
that
it's just a
situation.
thing. It's just
It's
one of those
funny.
things. Yeah.
Here, you give the Cheerio to the national TV audience. It's hilarious.
I don't think there'll be any punishment involved, but it's just silly that it has to be national news that they're investigating.
It's like if you're at college game day and you're holding up the shocker sign. That's hilarious.
You know what I just read? What just popped up on my Twitter is that Congress is going to move the legal age of tobacco to 21.
No.
Really?
No.
Yep.
They're
So
putting
cigarettes,
it vote.
yeah, they're yeah, it's basically going to vote.
I mean, I honestly don't have a problem with that. I really don't.
I don't care because I don't smoke,
Yeah.
but that's weird. I wonder why.
As like it's a health reform.
Yeah.
Because
I
the
get
whole
it,
vape
but
thing? I don't know.
I completely understand, and it's the same thing as alcohol. If you're 18 and you want to drink or want to smoke, you're gonna get your hands on it. Whatever, cool. But let's
I
take some
always
steps.
did,
Like
yeah.
think about just like look back and think about how much you've mentally matured or whatever over time. Like 18-year-olds shouldn't be able to do a lot of the shit that they were able to do. You shouldn't be able to
I
just go
believe
buy a
that.
fucking AK-47 at 18 and smoke fucking cigars. Like whatever. Let's just grow up first and then allow people to make these decisions.
I don't think 18-year-olds should be able to sign up when you sign up for the military when you're 18. I don't think you should be able to sign up for like they should only let you sign up for like a couple of years because your brain's so not developed. Like you should be able to sign up for a couple of years and then reassess after that.
I like that too.
They shouldn't let people sign up for 6 years when you're 18 years old.
Like you're not active duty until you're like 21.
Or you're just out of harm's way until
something.
a certain point. You know, they can train you up, do your thing, but hey, let's not throw all these 18-year-olds into the desert, into the fucking sandbox somewhere, and you know they don't even
Or
know
let
what
them
life
s-
is yet.
Or let them sign their entire lives away right away. They shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean they
Yeah,
are pretty
just
long
place them in the
contracts,
green
like
zone.
4 or 5 year contracts. It is
6
kind of
years.
crazy.
It was 6 years. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Again, depending on the contract, yeah, you can get 4, 5, 6. It's just crazy, bro. Like I honestly think I know Korea does this, but in some sort of
Mandatory.
fashion, yeah, some sort of mandatory, like hey, whether it has to be military, whatever, but just to give
No,
people
for
some
sure.
perspective on some shit.
Switzerland
it's
does
just a
that too.
year.
I think
Switzerland, it's mandatory 1 year when you're
Yeah,
18.
and that's not even
everybody
that bad. It's just 1 year.
Exactly.
Through the training, like it doesn't have to break you. It doesn't have to
No,
change you
dude.
as a person. Just give you some perspective on life.
You do it
Not
right
to
after
mention
high school.
Switzerland
Do it right
doesn't do
after high
shit.
school. Do it right after high school, and then you can think about it while you're there, what you want to do the rest of your life.
Exactly. Go. I mean, get out of this is crazy. It'll probably never happen. Whatever. You
No,
get
it
out of high
should,
school.
though.
You go to this mandatory thing for a year, and after that, if you want to go to college, you go to college. If you want to do whatever, just that's where you make your choices.
Or keep going in the military if
exactly.
you want to.
There's just a lot of shit that happens from the ages of 19, even like as old as 25, where your life just changes and the way you view things changes, and you just mature a lot. Honestly, it's literally
But think
science.
about the military thing, though. Think about it. They teach you how to be responsible. They teach you discipline. They teach you like good, like you have a little bit of money when you get out of there.
Oh yeah,
They teach
everything.
you how to handle guns. Like you'd be able. Everybody's like a little bit better shape. Like it's good all around.
That's the biggest thing that keeps people out of the military today, is being out of shape.
Yeah.
Recruiting is hard for people. Like this is like public information. Like it's hard to recruit people because a lot of people aren't qualified for the military based on alone.
Yep.
It's just crazy, and I don't know. Maybe someday, but I think it would be good for people just to have some
I
sort of
agree.
structure in their lives right after high school. Give them some
Yes.
structure.
Would Lizzo make it in the military?
She would have to get bypass suction.
No, she gets special treatment because
I think she qualifies as like three people actually.
I'm not even gonna jump in on this, bro. I honestly last week all
You're
that shit you
probably
guys
right,
were
Justin.
saying went right over my head. I had no
What?
idea what the fuck you guys were talking about.
You're probably
Oh,
right,
Mike?
Justin. She counts as like 3 people.
She does, yeah. If she went in there and they taped her, like the military does, she'd be qualified for 3 people, yeah.
Saw this picture that is a picture of her with no clothes on, and right next to it was a picture of Dr. Zoidberg from Futurama out of his shell.
I saw
Identical,
that.
identical.
They do look identical. Disgusting.
Bro.
Moving on
You
to
guys wanna
people
move on
who
to
aren't
245?
so out of shape is 245 over the weekend. Um, I had placed some bets, so it was a really fun night for me as far as
Me too.
just results go. But what did you guys think about Saturday night?
Starting where? Where do you wanna start?
I mean, we could start from the bottom. Who was the first?
Mariah Aldo?
Yeah. What do you think about that?
So when I watched it live, my first thought was Marias landed like the better strikes. So when I watched it live, I was like, "Ooh, I think Marias probably won." But then when I went back and
Really,
watched it a second time, he was getting backed up the whole time.
bro?
So
I
I don't
thought
care. Like
Aldo
you
won
could
that fight.
you could put that either way. I don't really care either way. It was good. It was a good fight.
I was going for Marias. I got Marias, but I thought Aldo was dominating that fight.
Think so? Okay,
Oh
so
yeah.
everybody thinks a little differently on that. Yeah.
When they came out for the decision, I was like, my bet's probably fucked. And I was sitting in a Discord chat with my boy, and they said as the winner, and I was freaking out, bro, because it just kept my bet alive. I didn't think he was gonna win at all. I thought it was over.
Yeah, I want Aldo to win. I was going for Aldo, so I'm happy everybody thinks that. But watching it live, I was like, I don't know. It's
He
close.
looked good though. I mean, people were
He
giving him
did.
shit for the weight. He looked damn good.
Nope, he looked good, man.
Good enough to win the fight. I mean, that's it sucks. It sucks that the decisions and it goes on your record and shit. I mean, that
Who
was just
cares?
a
He might
great
get a
fight.
title fight.
Honestly, yeah.
No, seriously, Dana said he might make that fight.
But I mean, and that just sucks for everybody else in that division. I understand it at the same time. There's so many
Oh well,
contenders waiting,
it's
especially
Aldo.
while
He's a
he's holding
legend.
2 fucking belts. Like,
Well, what should happen? Cejudo should go fight Benavidez and then let 35 figure out a number one contender.
or yeah, or even just get an interim champ, whatever. Just put a belt on somebody up there. Like, there's a lot of people who deserve that shit.
What was after that fight? Faber and Jan.
Faber's an animal, man, but he just got his ass beat.
I mean, I knew that was coming. I mean, that's
Yeah.
obviously what everybody expected. Faber still looks good. That's one thing I took away is Jan's like a top 3 person in that division, man. He's a fucking destroyer. But Faber still can hang with some people. He's 40 years old, man. He still looks good.
And I like what I heard on Hill the other day. It was exactly what I was thinking. Like, let's not throw this guy in with the killers of the division anymore. If he wants to fight, let's set up some fun fights. Let
Yeah,
him
he doesn't
headline a
need
card
to.
in Sacramento. Set up some fun
Yes.
matchups and just let him go out on a high horse, man. He fucking
Because he can
deserves
fight
that.
at 35. He can fight at 45. There's tons of fun matchups.
Just do the fun matchups with big names. Let him get his money. Let him get his shine and move on. He's not
Yep.
going to be your champion. It's just not. It's not in the card.
Well, not now. That's what he was trying to do. But now that he lost that fight, he should just have fun fights.
Yeah.
And then what would you have? Nunez and Durandamy. I mean, what are you gonna say? I mean, Nunez
He's the
just
GOAT.
kind of pulled out some wrestling and just showed you why she's the best ever, man. She can do it. She can do it all.
I don't think like, people were saying like she showed some kinks in her armor, but I mean she's
lost fights,
she's the GOAT,
obviously.
man. She's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Then you
Not
move
much to say about that one.
then you move on to Holloway Volkanovski. Man,
I
what
don't
sucks
know.
about
Weird
Max, what I've
fight.
been learning about him lately, especially at the Poirier fight at 55 and now this is like he's not hurting people, man. If he can't get in and touch you a lot, you're not getting hurt by him. He's not throwing
He's
it.
volume. He's all
Yeah.
volume, man.
But if he can't hit you, you're good. I mean, Volkanovski was just bashing him, bro.
Yeah, Volkanovski. I think there's some adjustments Max can make, but I'd like to see that ran back. Actually, I think there's some adjustments that Max can make that would make that a little bit closer.
He
But
deserves that, though.
Volkanovski was just better. He just looked better.
Yeah, I agree. And that was a toss up going in. I had faith in Max. But man, Volkanovski,
course, you can't pick
Volkanovski's
against
there,
him.
and that's going to be a good rematch. And Max deserves to get that rematch.
Oh, for sure. They got to make that absolutely.
Something I had noticed, and he always fights like this. It's because he's been so dominant at 45. He almost has like a lean forward type. Like his face is like always leaning forward his body.
Yeah.
And Volkanovski was just hitting him with left hooks constantly.
Yes, I agree. I saw that too. It's because he trusts his chin so much, and he's just so used to like.
He's just used to dominating and not getting hit like that.
Yeah.
So whereas someone like Connor has that lean back, more karate type stance where it's harder to hit, Max's face is just right there, and every time he would throw punches, he'd get hit with a left hook.
Right, and another thing I noticed is Max doesn't do a whole lot of feinting either. He's like right there to be hit.
Yeah,
Like, he gets hit, man. If you watch his fights, man, Max gets hit.
got a guy like Volkanovski who was hitting with some power, and like Poirier too. When you have guys
Right.
that hit for power, it's not good for
It's
him.
hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll see.
But anyways,
Hopefully he can come back, make it a better fight the second time around, and we'll see what
right.
happens.
Yep. That's just a fight. Max has to go and make some improvements, make some adjustments, and it should be okay.
After that fight, because that fight was crazy to me. I was rooting hard for Max, and I was being a
Me
little
too.
biased in my jing of it, and I thought he might have a chance, but deep down I knew
Eh,
it probably wasn't going for him. So it was just
right.
really crazy to think that we had a welterweight fight after that, because I was just so pumped
I
for that fight.
know.
So moving on
Holy,
to
how about
Colby
that? How
Covington
about
versus
that fight,
Usman.
man? Holy shit! Like I like Covington, and I don't like Usman. So like I was a little biased
The
watching
big
that
MAGA
fight,
guy, huh?
man. There's no. It's just because there's no Usman's just boring, man. He's
Yeah.
corny as fuck. I don't like Usman. Anyways, they're just so like evenly matched, man. That was if they fight 10 times, probably split 5-5.
What sucks is if Colby's jaw. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was broken.
They
So
said that he had like a non-displaced something fracture.
and that can just affect you a lot, obviously. So
Sure.
and it was still a great fight. He was a dog.
Yeah, that's a great fight.
That was an
What else
amazing
can you say,
fight.
man?
Not one single takedown attempt. Their wrestling basically canceled each other out. They wanted to just slug
Yep.
it out, and it was an entertaining fight. I liked it a
I
lot.
don't like the stoppage too much. But one thing people saw was on scorecards. One judge had 3-1 Usman, one judge had 3-1 Covington, and the other one had a 2-2 going into the fifth.
Yeah, and
So
Covington
if
was
it,
fighting well in that
Cov-
fifth round.
yep, Covington won the first half of that fifth round. So if he could have gotten up from that last and like finished the round strong, who knows?
I don't have a problem with the stoppage.
Yeah, it's what I just
Yeah.
wish they would have let him. Like I don't know.
Usman looked good too. Then I'm in the same boat. I don't like him just because I think he's a little corny. He's a little. He has like this fake persona where I mean, obviously
Yeah,
Colby
he,
does too, but Usman's like he's trying to be genuine. Just it comes off
yes,
fake to
it
me.
comes off wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't like him, man. He's just not a draw. He's not interesting to me. Boring in every way possible. I don't know. I'm sure he looks like a good guy and he's a good dad, but I just don't want him to be the champion. He's just boring. I don't like him.
What I did like though is he said that he was going to bring this belt to the White's house, and he brought it to Dana's house. That was pretty slick. I like that.
That's funny.
Just real quick, and then we'll move on from the UFC. What do you see next for Usman? What do you want to see there?
I think it sounds like they probably might want to try to make the Masvidal fight, but I don't care to see that. Masvidal could do better. What I'd rather see is
I want to see Woodley,
I don't know,
bro.
man. What are you gonna do with Usman? Are you gonna get fucking Leon Edwards? I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to see Woodley Edwards. Woodley was a champion for I don't know how many years. He fought 4 times in a matter of 13 months. Give the guy his fucking rematch. Show some respect.
Then they'd never do that.
I know.
They're gonna have to maybe go Covington, Woodley for the number 1 contender spot.
What's fun about it is Covington is still in the mix. I don't know about his jaw, how long that's going to take, but he has a lot of good fights around there. So that weight class is interesting.
For sure. Yeah, that's what you go. I think you go Covington, Woodley to see who fights Usman for the next title shot.
Yeah, I agree.
I just found out that there's a bingo hall on Wednesday nights that I want to start going to. Start playing bingo with old people.
That's some old man shit right there.
Maybe join a curling club. They do curling every Sunday at
Wait, is that
Lakeview.
real?
Like
I
barbell
swear to
bicep curls.
No, like curling on like what Canadians do.
That's actually fire. You should do that for sure.
I'm about it. I'm about it 100%.
Also, what's really fun that you mentioned is actually bingo. I went on my 18th birthday with Mike Dowd. We have birthdays, and that's the only time I've been. And it was overwhelming at first because you have 37 cards and a fucking daughter, and it was hard to keep up. But once you get in the rhythm, bro, that shit's fun.
I tell you what, you call out bingo and you don't have bingo, all those old fucking
Ooh.
ladies are ready to kill you.
Oh,
100%.
They were pissed. You could feel the tension when I walked into the room because we were younger, and there's just a ton of old people, and like we're trying to keep up. I could just mention that they didn't want us there. It wasn't our domain.
Oh, for sure.
You just hear them sucking on those Werthers extra hard, trying to keep their mouths shut.
It's
That
overwhelming.
and like you get like the superstitious ones too. When like a certain number is called, they're all like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
They start ringing bells and shit, and you have no idea what's going on. You're like, did something magical just happen? But no, it's fucking 66. No big deal.
Well, I mean, top 10 most disappointing moments in life is when somebody else gets bingo, bro. Like you're pretty close, you're doing the damn thing, and somebody else calls that shit out.
Oh,
Dude,
for
I got
sure.
bingo. I got bingo first time I went.
Wait, have you gone like often? Have you gone multiple times?
I went when the bingo hall in Baraga was open, but I haven't gone living down in Marquette.
And that's closing, right?
Yeah,
That's a
it's
shame.
closed.
Like, what do
Yep.
people do now? They just play Keno?
Pretty much. They go to Chassel once a week.
They have bingo up there?
Yep. At
How
the
fuck does Chassel have bingo, but Berga can't have bingo?
I have no idea.
How does it work?
No idea.
Chassel's not bigger than Berga, is it?
No.
Like
way smaller.
population-wise?
100% smaller.
That doesn't make any sense.
There's
I wonder
maybe-
why
there's
they shut
maybe,
down
like-
the bingo hall. I don't understand.
I have no idea.
How are you not making money having old people play bingo? It's not free.
No, you pay $25.
Yeah.
$25 for a book for one
Pay
book,
some
and then
extra
you
like
have
daughters.
you got ladies in there who are buying like 4 books at a time and
Yeah,
just dotting the piss out
I had
of them.
I had a ton of books, and that's what was so overwhelming was I'm fucking going through every one of these things, and you got in a rhythm. I didn't know how to do it at first. I just turned 18, and I'm just scrambling, turning through, like trying to find all these numbers. It's fun though, man. I want to do it again. So Chassel would be like the closest one.
Yeah. Yep. Chassel every Tuesday, I think. I've gone to that one once. I've gone to the one in Baraga twice, and then I haven't gone to the one in Marquette at all.
How is the I've never been to the Marquette Casino. Do you like the casino up there?
Fucking hate the casino, but they are renovating it, and it's gonna like their new grand opening is gonna be New Year's Eve. So I'm probably gonna go there for that because they're giving away like there's like a $2,000 drawing at midnight.
Yeah.
$2,020.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Marquette Casino is not much.
Is it better than Berga or no?
What's that?
Was it better than Berga's casino?
I like Braga's casino better, honestly.
Yeah. Well, what's
Me
nice about
too.
I don't know about Marquette's, but Berga's has the press box and shit. Like, there's just a lot of shit going on.
Right. There like you go to the casino in Marquette and that's all it is, just the casino.
Yeah.
Right.
That and it sucks because like when I go to the casino, I play cards.
Yeah.
So you go there on a night where there's drawings and stuff in the pits, and
Men's
there's
night.
literally a waiting list that you have to sign on to be able to get onto the tables.
Really?
Yeah. And they'll call you over the intercom and say that you have like 1 or 2 minutes to get to the table.
Just to get on the table, not even for fucking winning any prizes or whatever. Dude,
Right.
when I was in Berga before, they actually had some dope prizes for like Wednesday nights was men's night or some shit. I don't know the exact
Oh, for
nights,
sure.
but like you play cards every time you go to Jack, they'd put your fucking thing in for a prize and you
Yep.
could win.
They do the same thing. Tuesday nights are the pit parties. Those are like the super busy nights. So what the pit parties are is as long as you're playing table games, every half hour, I think there's a $50 drawing.
Yes, bro. I won one of those one time. It's a great feeling.
Dude, the Berger gave away a side by side one time.
For years or what?
A drawing, like a raffle
just
or
a
something.
random
They gave,
raffle, yeah.
They gave away a fucking big ass
Buffalo won
bass
it.
boat.
I mean, think about how much money goes into that place. Like Berga is a poorer city, but man, there's a lot of money that goes into that fucking place.
Oh yeah, that casino is easily making probably $2 million a year.
You think that?
All of
That's
that.
crazy. And then they give some back. You know, the Native Americans have their Christmas bonuses and stuff like that. Like they're pulling in a lot of money from those businesses, like like the Pumpkin Casino, especially. I love the casino. I love gambling, and whatever happened to wasn't it supposed to get a big renovation? Like I had saw plans where they were gonna buy the lakeside basically and turning this into like some front fucking just giant casino.
Yeah, that shit got shut down. What they basically all they did is they revamped. They put like new carpet, redid
wow.
the ventilation.
Hey guys, we can't move locations and build this brand new facility, but we'll get you some new carpets.
New carpets. They redid the bar. They moved all the tables from the upper level down to the lower level.
Those carpets are fucking ugly though.
They basically they made it look bigger, but without actually making it bigger.
Oh wait, so Berga's changed? Like they moved the bar?
The bar is still where it is,
okay.
But it looks completely different. Like it's a brand new bar in there. All the shelving and shit, lighting is different in there.
I mean, that's the very least you could do, man. Like you get so much money pumped into there. Like let's keep up with the times, and especially ventilation in that place, bro. You walk in there for 2 minutes, you leave smelling like you fucking smoked an entire pack of cigarettes.
Oh, you're still gonna leave there smelling like that?
Well, but I'm saying like there has to be some better way to do it. or a better way
Yeah,
to fucking.
what they should do, they should buy like 30 more Sea Monkeys slot machines and put them in there. Sea
Dude, I'll tell
Monkeys is
you
the
what.
best slot machine.
Nah, you need those little spin devils. Those
Man,
things
what the
hit.
fuck,
Hey
bro?
Parker,
Yeah, Sea
Parker's back
Monkeys
on
are
the
Bro, this
ladies
is
and
Oh,
some
gentlemen.
Parker's
fucking
back. Oh,
bullshit,
Parker's
bro.
back.
I was getting pissed at you guys. I was trying to talk during the UFC talk, and then you're like, I kept trying to say shit, and then you guys kept cutting me off. I'm like, okay, so just nothing matters. And then you're like, hey, Parker, you still there? I'm like, yeah, I tried talking like 4 times, and I get cut off, and then Justin's like, well, we're done with that, whatever. I'm like, okay, fuck me. So I've just been sitting here.
No, we haven't been able to hear you for a long time.
I was wondering
What
where
the
you were
fuck?
during the UFC
Why didn't you? You should have
portion.
texted me earlier, bro. What the fuck?
We
I
literally
kept
said
talking.
Parker here, and we didn't
I
respond
just
to anything. So
well, I kept thinking you fuckers kept cutting me off. So I was like,
Parker's
whatever.
fucking furious, bro. He is fucking bright red right
I've
now.
been out the last 20 fucking minutes, man. What the fuck ever, whatever. It's
Yeah,
just-
dude. The
Bro, I had
casino,
s-
every time me and Parker played Sea Monkeys, we always won. Every time.
yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
Parker went on there. I was like, Parker, go play Sea Monkeys. He's like, I don't play slots. He put like a little bit of money on there, and he won like $70 right away.
Bro, that was our go-to with Sea Monkeys.
Sea Monkeys is the
I
shit.
remember one night I was at the Bear Casino just grinding on the tables. I was there like maybe 6 hours on playing blackjack.
I love
And
blackjack there.
I walked off the table with like $700, and then I was waiting for the double to give me a ride home because I was shit faced hammered, and I sat on a slot machine waiting, and I hit
should've
for
just
like
drove.
another. I hit for like another 900 on the slot machine. It was
When was
Jesus
that?
Christ.
Mike, when
probably
the fuck
like
was that?
2 years ago,
Oh, so okay.
3 years ago.
When I went home on leave, there was a stretch of like 2-3 times in a row I would go there and like leave with $1,000 every time from blackjack.
Oh, you
Just
can win. You can
grinding
win.
it out. I'm not like I don't go to the casino with, or I do with like buddies, but when I go there, bro, it's not to be like I'm not socializing. I'm there for like business, bro. I sit on those
Yeah.
tables and it's fucking
All
all
business.
business.
Like I've spent so much time just like counting cards in my spare time, like taking 2 decks and just flipping through them. +1, +1, +1, -1, -1.
Yeah.
Really?
+1, +2,
Congrats, Mike J.
+3.
Williams now banned from the Barriga Casino.
Yeah, everywhere in the
Congratulations.
Yeah,
upper
go Mike.
Michigan.
Why'd you
Way
have
to
to
go,
fucking
man.
say shit? Yeah.
It doesn't counting cards isn't illegal. It's just frowned upon, and it's not like I'm cleaning them out. It's not
Well,
like
they
I'm
have to
fucking
catch. They
Rain
have to
Man.
catch you.
Very true.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if
they
Justin's
do
cleaning
catch
them out
me.
on fucking Sea Monkeys.
Those pit bosses don't give a fuck.
Nice about that place, and especially if you go
That's
there at a
true.
time like I like going on like a nice Tuesday night where it's fucking empty as
Nobody's
fuck,
there.
and they'll go like I
Tuesday
want to go.
nights are pit parties. Those are busy fucking
Okay,
nights.
okay.
Dylan.
Yeah, my bad. Busy nights in Barry County. But like I wanted to learn how to play craps and shit, and they'll just help you, bro. Just some nice
Yep,
folk.
I like the small town feel.
Yeah, they'll help you out.
Yeah,
They
gives you
want
a-
you to win, like because they know they get
Give you a
tips,
nice
obviously. So.
$200 lesson how to play craps.
Yep.
And there's just good people there, man. Every time I go sit down at a table there, it's always good conversation. Like I works there. There's some other people that work there. Just
Or
some
roulette.
good people, man.
First time I played roulette. Speaking of it, one of my buddy's dads is a pit boss, and he's like a hybrid pit boss dealer. Depends on the day of the week, I suppose. And he's just like, "You
Fucking
ever played this?
hybrid.
You ever played this?" I was like, "Nah." And he's like, "All right, put $5 on this number, on this straight number." I'm like, "Well, I feel as if my odds aren't really that great just playing straight numbers, but okay." And sure shit, he spins the fucking ball and it lands right on that number, and I'm like, "Holy
Wow.
fuck!"
Yeah, he know.
And then he gives me another number right after that, and I fucking double down on that. What do you know? Bam, hits. 35
What
to
the
1.
fuck?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know.
How much you win?
What's 5 times 35?
Yeah,
I
quick
don't know.
maths. We're all fucking dumb.
Quick
Quick maths.
Nice try, everybody. Maybe next time.
That's
Well,
like
you got to
what,
carry the
Like,
two.
$200?
It's like
I don't know.
$195. Anyway,
Yeah, $200
Parker,
bucks.
your mom's won some money in there before, hey?
Yeah, my mom. Yeah, I went to I mean, she's won a couple grand there before I know and stuff. But
I remember that.
She goes. There's a casino in North Carolina. It's like the closest one, I think, and it's like maybe 2 hours away, hour and a half, and it's fuck huge. But she hasn't won any money there. But it's weird, like Usually at those big casinos is where you would think you would win more money. You know what I
Nah, they're
mean?
just steady taking from you. Take
Oh,
even
for
more
sure.
from you.
Yeah.
They don't
I mean,
have
that's
to
in
catch.
all casinos. I never got into gambling, bro. I like to
Me
play
neither.
blackjack and Texas Hold'em, but I care less going to the
I'm a
casino, man.
fucking
I'll
fiend, bro.
spend a
It's
few
it's
I
dollars if
fucking
I
love
can get.
gambling.
I'm a fiend. I need it.
I love gambling so much.
I mean, it gets serious, man. Like I said, I'm not sociable while I'm sitting at a blackjack table. Like, I'm fucking dialed in. This is life or death right now. What sucks is I don't
Oh,
even respect the
absolutely.
money. Like, unless I have $1,000, like I could be up 200 some dollars. I just don't care. Like, that's how deeply it's rooted. Like the addiction. I don't even care that I'm up $100. I just want fucking more.
No, you
Yeah,
gotta
you-
like
At
once
one
you
might
get
need
up
help.
once you get up a certain amount, then you just start putting chips in your pocket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah. There's smart ways to go. But I don't gamble as much anymore because I realized how sick of an addiction it can be.
Oh yeah.
And it is what it is.
Just one
Oh
more hand,
guys, you
Dylan.
know what I forgot? You know what's on Monday, this coming Monday? Packers Vikings.
Is that
That's gonna be a
shit,
is
good
that for the
game.
division? I don't even know the record.
I don't know what the records are, but it's probably has a lot of bearing on
Yeah.
yeah,
The
for
I don't know,
East,
sure,
did
for
Minnesota
sure.
win yesterday?
yeah, they beat the Chargers.
Yes.
Then yeah, it'd probably be for the division.
The East comes down to next week too. Cowboys Eagles. They play on like
Ooh,
Sunday
that's
night,
gonna
I
be a
think.
good game.
Real quick, we'll wrap this up. Parker, you got skipped for the entire UFC talk. What are your brief feelings about Saturday night?
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Yo, Mike, did you watch the fights? Park, what'd you think about the card? Give us some highlights.
bro, I don't matter at this point.
You were
No, I
just
wanna hear-
chirping it. Yeah, I'm honestly.
So hey, what'd you
No,
think?
I mean,
of
I
the,
was just really,
Covington
I was
Usman?
that. I mean, I agree with that
Yeah,
fight
Park, what
being
did you
damn
think
near
of the fight,
close.
Parker?
I thought the Usman. I mean, I thought that fight was real close. I didn't agree with this. I take that back. I mean, I can see. I didn't agree with this because I know that he would obviously not want it to be stopped, but I can see where the ref was coming from.
It wasn't that
I
bad.
don't know.
It was worse stoppages,
It wasn't bad.
No.
It wasn't
But I
bad.
just wish he would have let
But
it go.
his jaw fracture is right in his chin, like he like right down the middle of his chin, I guess. And they're talking about wiring his jaw shut, but that's at least like fucking 6 weeks to heal. To mention how much longer to fucking go back and take a punch to the face. I don't know, tough fuck, man. That
then
People
what
were
about
saying
the-
like, "Where's his
what about-
cardio? Where's Colby's cardio?" Like, hey,
Oh,
his
he
fucking
had a
jaw is
broken jaw.
broken.
the fuck do you mean?
And
Where's
he-
his
and he was
cardio?
throwing
And he
dudes
was
dude's
in the
one of
fight
the-
deep into the fifth.
That dude's
Parker,
one of the best. Has one of the best cardio. Like
That was
he
MMA
does.
fighting, bro. They
I'm
literally
not
had a
hearing
fucking
that. I'm
post.
not hearing anything about his cardio. What do you think about Max and Volkanovski?
it made me sad. But you got like I never thought of it that way, but it made so much sense when you were saying that like he just puts out. I knew he put out volume, but he doesn't really have devastating punches like Ortega when he fought him. I mean, he punched him in the face for fucking the
Yeah.
entire
Yeah,
5
That
rounds.
was
Like
because
he
of the,
didn't
that was
knock
because of the volume.
And he can make people sick,
exactly
bro,
just
if
because
he
of
can
the
get in
volume.
there. Yeah.
On was it Volkanovski or something?
Volkanovski.
How do you? Yeah, that dude's an animal too, though.
What's nice is
But
he seems
Good.
like a good dude too. It's not like
Yeah.
we're starting like Usman being the champion just because he just seems like this fake like I don't know what it
He
is about him,
does.
man. It's just
He
weird.
does.
But Volkanovski seems like a
corny.
down to earth guy. He's from Australia. He's pretty chill, and it's big for Australia.
Mhm.
Huge.
Oh yeah.
They could land a card with Izzy and him now.
Yeah, City Boxing, that gym, they didn't have a single fighter in the UFC in like January 2018 or some shit, or I don't know the exact date, and now they have 2 champions out of that gym.
Man, you guys have to watch. Luke Thomas did a breakdown, a dissected on Volkanovski's striking. City Kickboxing does very, very like particular things
Yeah.
when it comes to like their hands and like their hips and their feints. Like he broke on super in depth. I know it's kind of boring for a lot of people, but if you guys are interested to see why Izzy and like Volkanovski like what they do, you should go take a look at it, man. Like it's very, very in depth, like inside baseball stuff.
No, and is very public about the boxing coach. He said, or his striking coach,
Eugene.
he changed
Eugene
his life.
Behrman.
He said, I wouldn't be here without him. I give a majority, of my props to him for where I'm at.
So Volkanovski, yeah,
Yeah.
his name was Eugene Behrman.
So that guy's a fucking genius, I guess. That's the guy with the big ass beard, right?
Yeah,
That was in their corner. Someone had told me it was the guy with the huge fucking beard.
that's him.
But that's dope for them, man. And shout out Australia. There's gonna be some big fights out there, and they just got a culture that's growing down there. A lot of fighters coming out.
Dana did say he wants to put that rematch with Max and Volkanovski down there, so we might be
Absolutely.
seeing that sooner than later.
Yeah.
This is what I was one of the other things I was asking, and then I thought you guys were cutting me off.
Yeah, we didn't care. We were just gonna cut you off.
Yeah, right. No, do you think that his rematch is gonna be the next fight, or you think he's gonna fight somebody else before
He'll get a rematch.
Max fight
And
again?
it's
Dude,
or
it
I hope
sounds
anyway.
like-
You can never really trust Dana, because there's a million things
Yeah.
that come up. There's a million different matchups that could happen, whatever.
but there's really nobody else that makes sense,
Yeah.
though, so it's probably going to be Max.
Plus Max is, I mean, he's
Yeah.
the GOAT. He's the GOAT of the division. He beat Aldo twice. He's been champion for whoever.
Yeah.
He's beating everybody
He cleaned
in
out the
line.
whole
Yeah,
division.
exactly. There's nobody else.
Yeah, yeah, he deserves it for sure.
Yeah.
Why don't you think that the Jorge Usman fight would be good?
Because Usman doesn't draw. Nobody cares about Usman. And Masvidal's bigger than the belt anyways. Like, he
Yeah.
needs to fight people who can, like,
You're
sell
right. I mean,
pay-per-view
you're
with him.
right.
That could be a fight,
Yeah.
but Masvidal can make a lot of money
Sure,
fighting
good
somebody
fight,
else.
but who cares?
Yeah.
Colby?
Masvidal loses that fight. I just want you to know that.
He does.
No,
but
I would
Usman
agree.
wins that fight.
I think Colby would win that fight too.
There's
Probably.
just so many fights,
With
man.
him
You
and-
throw
with
Woodley
him
in
and
there.
Jorge.
Maybe you throw Connor in there. Maybe you throw Cowboy in there. Not against
Who's who?
Usman Covington, but like as far as Cowboy Masvidal or something. You know, it just
They already fought. Masvidal knocked him out.
I know, but now it makes more sense than ever. Imagine if the Cowboy Connor thing's coming up, and we could talk about this more at a later date. But people keep talking about what's next for Connor. What happens if Cowboy wins that fucking
They're
fight?
fighting at 170. I actually favor Cowboy.
What happens if? What do you do with him? He's not.
I don't think he's
which one?
gonna.
If Cowboy wins the
I don't
fight,
know.
what do you do with him? You don't give him a title shot.
No, you give Nate Diaz again.
Nate Cowboy.
Yep, 2
Yeah,
That's a good
that-
fight. But honestly, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's a
mind
good fight.
seeing Masvidal Cowboy.
again.
That would,
One fight though. That's a while back. I mean, a
I
rematch
know,
can
but
happen.
that wasn't that long ago, and it wasn't that close. I don't know. I wouldn't mind it, but whatever.
But again, yeah, I'd rather see Masvidal against basically anybody else than him and Usman.
You could do.
wanna watch-
Nate Diaz.
yeah. No, come on now. Oh, I thought you said
But
Nick.
not for
never
Cowboy.
mind.
No,
I
no.
thought you were saying. I thought you said Nick. I was gonna say,
No.
come on, dude.
But Nate also tweeted out. I think it was over the. He said he's gone. But I mean, he always does that shit. He tweeted out
He
saying
said
that
but then
he made
had
his
to-
own
no,
belt.
He said that,
I'm
but then Ariel talked to him, and Ariel's like, "Why'd you say that? Why'd you say something about being retired?" And Nate's like, "I'm not retired. I'll fight tonight." He just says shit, dude.
Yeah, you
he's
never
just-
really
yeah.
know. It's part of his fucking tactics to get fights and shit too. No money,
Yep.
whatever.
But Jorge made him look so bad. I don't want to see a rematch. Like he the fuck out of him. He would have knocked him out in the last 2
Hey,
rounds.
guys,
I guarantee.
Drew Brees just set the NFL record touchdown passes just now. They're celebrating right now
Fuck.
in
He
New
threw it to
Orleans.
Taysom Hill. No, what? Wait, that was it.
No,
I'm
he
behind
almost-
you,
Taysom
bro.
Hill-
Fuck.
Taysom Hill almost scored.
Yeah.
He's running a victory lap right now.
He
All-time
passes
leading
Tom Brady
touchdown
and Peyton
passer.
Manning all on the same night.
Dude, this is cool. This is a really cool moment.
And he's had a lot of moments like this. Who caught the pass?
Tight end.
Good for Drew Brees, man. He deserves it. Shout out
Wow,
Drew
this
Brees.
is cool. Look at this place. This is crazy. God damn.
Are they at Superdome?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's getting like a 5-minute standing ovation. He's like running
Imagine
around.
if. Imagine when LSU goes to the national championship in
Yeah,
the
bro.
Superdome.
That is nuts.
No, nobody's gonna have a chance.
I tweeted this out, bro. People from Louisiana love three things. They love Go, they love the Saints, and they love LSU football. And when you have LSU football in the dome, it's going to be insane.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how tickets work, if they go like 50-50 type thing for each school. I honestly have no idea how it works, but that place is going to be fucking rocking if they make it. But who do you guys, since that matchup's done, talk about that real quick and then we're out of here. What are the matchups? It's Ohio State, Clemson, LSU, Oklahoma.
Yep.
Who do you guys have in
Yep.
those real quick? LSU,
Clemson.
Oklahoma.
LSU and Ohio State.
In LSU, you think Ohio State? I go for the Big Ten, obviously, but I just think Clemson has been slept on. I know they've been the top 4 still, and they haven't really played anybody. But that Trevor Lawrence is
They're good.
fucking
But
incredible.
Ohio State
You know what,
has
look,
a nasty team, bro. Top to bottom.
Yeah,
I think that'll
You know,
be the
both
best game of all of
quarterbacks-
them.
the quarterback from both of those teams are from Atlanta area. The one, this is
Justin
from
Fields?
Cartersville. It's like northern Atlanta where I worked, and then the other one is in Kennesaw here, just where you came. That Justin Fields,
Fields?
yeah. I
Well, he
watched
started
his
playing at
QB1
Georgia.
thing.
There's
Yeah.
going to be some
remember-
dope
remember-
matchups,
yeah.
man.
He was on that one I told you to watch, Park.
Yeah, I watched that one. Yep.
Yeah.
I think Trevor Lawrence is on there too. No, no,
Yeah.
no.
So is Jake
Yeah, he
Fromm.
was. Yep, they all were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts goes to the playoffs with 2 different schools. I don't see them being competitive, or they'll be competitive in the LSU game, but I think LSU beats them. But man, that kid, that's right there is just crazy.
What do you
Loses
think about the other game?
as far as the Clemson game?
Yep.
That's so tough.
Who do you got?
I take Ohio State, I think. Trevor Lawrence is great.
then-
Clemson's is great, but Ohio State is proven through the bullshit. The Big Ten is no slouch
Same
of a
here.
conference. I think they're ready
No.
for it.
And then who do you
Big
think? Who do you
Ten-
guys think is in the championship then?
LSU,
LSU.
Ohio State. I mean, I have no idea. I don't even want to call it. That's going to be a great game. I take LSU by fucking 3.
What about you, Park? LSU
LSU,
and Clemson.
yeah, LSU. I think
Yeah.
LSU's gonna. I think they've been gonna ever since probably. It was probably about almost a month ago. I was saying I think they're gonna win. I'm not gonna bet guy because I could jinx them. But I mean, I just think that Burrow's that fucking good. He's athletic as fuck for a white dude too. Not even a white dude, just athletic as fuck. Like
For
he,
sure.
as far as passing to and getting out of the pocket. Have you watched some of his highlights getting out of the pocket and running? Dude, he's outrunning.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the
Georgia's-
Heisman Trophy winner. You know, he's just great.
Yeah. And he's older, he's older
He
than
was at Ohio State, bro.
Lamar Jackson.
The QB room at Ohio State was like, I don't remember
Nuts.
the exact names, but it was like, yeah, you had fucking Joe Burrow. Who was the guy that had just left?
Martell,
Him, and you had, who was the quarterback last year for Ohio State?
Dwayne Haskins.
Like, you had all those
Yeah.
fucking guys. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
all
fucking
all
wild.
legends in their own respects. That's gonna wrap it up this week for the Views from the 906 podcast. Again, we always support all the messages, everything you guys do. Be sure to share the podcast on Facebook, retweet on Twitter, comment on YouTube, anything you guys want to hear about, any criticisms you guys may have. And we will see you guys next Tuesday. We're out.
Later.